Hello guys and welcome back to another Medscast. I am casting the Home Nations Championship hosted by Jlgazza. As you can see, there's two groups in this one, so there's 10 players in all, 5 players in each group, and then 2 from each group will advance to the semis and finals. Today we have Jamie versus Khanomancer from Group B. Let's get on with it. Hello guys and welcome to the first game in the series between Jamie and Khanomancer. It is a best of 7, so we could see a possible 7 games today. This is AOD's new map. It's Cliffhanger, I believe. Let's get on with it. Let's have a look. We've got Jamie in the south left and Khano in the south right. See what factions they are. So we've got Jamie with GDI. We've got Khano with Nod. Khano does like his Nod. He is a Nod main. And it looks like Jamie is opting for random in this tournament, which is very ballsy. We'll give it to him. As you can see, the main part of the base does start with these 3 Tiberium fields, so you can just get your standard eco off the main part. You do have to push out to here, but that's where complications start, because the only place you can push out, so if your opponent can get you pinned in here, you're in big trouble. You see scouts going across the map now, making sure there's no shenanigans going on. Jamie now up to 3 ref. Same for Khano as well. Looks like Khano does have 3 harvesters on one patch. I think he has noticed that. Very good. Khano doesn't have as much information on the map as Jamie does at the moment. Jamie now up to 4 ref. Obviously, as GDI, you can be greedier. You kind of have to be greedier. It looks like a strip's going to come up for Khano next. He's going to put it above this power plant. Help his crawl into that midsection. We do see Jamie has already made his way out into the midsection. We're probably going to see a 5th ref here. That'll be a nice spot. There it is. Selling those silos off so he doesn't put himself in low power as well. 3rd power plant. Khano doesn't really know much at the minute. He does know he's out and expanded. This can say that to him that there's no war factory yet, so he is safe from tanks for now. He's sending that buggy across to get the scout now. Jamie opting for 6 refs before war factory. Very greedy. A lot of nods can punish this by going early flame tanks. Not much you can really do as GDI other than get a few rocket soldiers and get a good few sets of shots on the flame tanks. You can go Orca, then you've got the chance of being overrun by bikes as well. And now expanding into that 4th ref position. That Khano has got the scout he needed. He knows he's 6th ref. There's no war factory yet. Doesn't need to worry about tanks. He can get these buggies in his face now. Just do as much damage with these buggies as possible. Could have probably just avoided these grenadiers and gone straight for the eco. When you find a greedy GDI like this, you do want to affect the eco. Trying to get rid of the war factories with well. Jamie's gonna have to survive now. He's on a bit of a time limit. Khano's gonna lose them bikes trying to do a bit of damage to the war factory. It's not really worth it. He just wants to get rid of the eco. A lot of people seem to forget, if you don't want GDI to build tanks, you don't have to kill the war factory, you can just kill their eco. You see Jamie losing 2 refs there, so he is now on 4 refs. Looks like he's going to be getting his 5th ref up in the top middle here. So, very good build from Jamie, very well placed. Very well spaced out as well. Again, we're still waiting for this 4th ref from Khano. He has opted for the comms centre. I do believe the flame tanks are a little bit too late, as the tanks are now on the map. There isn't really anything to deal with those tanks. That's why he's swapped into the bikes now. These buggies just need to do as much harassment to the eco as possible without losing too many. Oh, we do see the flame tanks going straight for the dive on the MCV. Could have really done with 1 flame tank just to clear this up so the bikes get free reign on the tanks. So he's clearing these grenadiers up very well. Keeping the bikes alive to kill the tanks, which is very good. Some tanks are a little bit idle, they could be doing a little bit more, but Kano's trying not to die from this attack. Jamie has now got that 6th ref out. It would have been in his 8th by now. That's pretty impressive. There's a 7th ref back up. I feel like he's been a bit too greedy, but at least he's got that war factory still. Kano doing a very good job getting rid of the MCV. I feel like a dive on the war factory is like pretty much the only thing that's going to save him right now. He really needs to get rid of that war factory. Jamie just has too much eco now. You see the dive from the bikes. Perhaps he needed the buggies as well. Maybe the Apache. Jamie knows it's going to try and get sniped. He knows this is his last port of call. He needs to keep that war factory alive. You see another of those refs cleared up in the south? Flame tank could be killing this one now. I mean, this just shows how how much money Jamie has right now. Massing rocket men. Kano does still have an MCV and he has a lot of money. He could have got this fort ref. Or maybe even a second strip. A second strip right now would be really nice because he got so much money. If he had 4 grand in bikes, he could be killing off all the eco on the map. Fortunately, Jamie's ref here has started mining the south, so this is going to mine out super fast on free harvesters. If you look at the kill count, it kind of speaks for itself how Jamie's just thrown bodies at Kano just to stay alive while he ecos. Almost triple the kill count. You often find it's normally like 1.5 or 2 times the kill count when it comes to buggies versus infantry. We do see a higher tank count number now. These tanks are going to be a problem. I like the way Kano's trying to pull him onto the Tiberium to get rid of those infantry. Smart move. Kano's had this MCV for a long time and a lot of money for a long time. I think he's got to build. Which is unfortunate because if he did have a position here now with a ref and a hand and nod, these Grens wouldn't be as bad to get rid of. And these harvesters could possibly be getting shot by a turret. I do like to see the Apache. The Apache's getting plenty of kills through this game. We're going to see some juicy shots from that flame tank. That's a lot of grenadiers. Oh, let me slow that down. Nearly got spoiled by the speed up. Here it comes. Ooh. Oh, they've outdone it. They've got away. Kind of still trying to get that war factory, but there just isn't enough there. See Jamie defending this. It's going to be close. He's bringing the Apache in as well. I don't think the Apache's got enough ammo. Oh, it got killed by the rocketmen too. That's a lot of rocketmen. There's the 4th ref. Feel like now's the wrong time to get it. Of all the game, now's the wrong time because he has no units. Kano's going to have to play very, very well to bring this back. Can't really see him winning it now. There's too many tanks on the field. Definitely not enough production from Kano. Second strip would have still been fine at this point. We've got the second strip, sold the MTV. He's still 4F economy with 2 strip. I think what thing with Jamie is he was up in Kano's face the whole time, so Kano's trying to keep his units alive rather than build. So playing against your opponent basically. And I'm trying to do as much as he can. I think this is a game over now. Kind of stuck in that corner. Jamie's definitely not going to let him out there. Comes a swarm. Interesting to see how much eco Jamie had in comparison. Khano made the game go this long. Like, at some points in the game, Jamie could have been 8 to 9 ref versus 3. So it just shows how good Khano is with his micro and unit ability. Downfall was just forgetting to build out on this map, I think. It's like even now he's cleared up all them units. God, it's so scary seeing that many Grens run at you when you're a Nod player. Especially when Flamers don't like to do their job properly. Down there. We will see that power plant just evaporate. Goes. Anything that comes out of here now has got a, a poor job ahead of them. Goes the strip. Nods normally give up when they lose the strips. Can't build anything anymore. No handing on. That's going to be game 1 to Jamie. Very well played. Very greedy too. I feel like he got quite lucky, especially against a player like Khano, who will try and punish that straight away. War Factory coming out just in the nick of time against them flame tanks. Here you can see Jamie with that mass eco. When you've got almost twice as much eco as your opponent, it doesn't matter if you're losing more units, as long as you're up in the face and stopping them from ecoing back. Keep them pinned down, just zerging your opponent, and that's exactly what happened to Khanomancer, so he couldn't keep up with it. Get into game 2, guys. Here we are, game 2. This map is the 4 Rooks. I designed this map myself. It's very high eco. Relatively pinned in. You've got small chokes, but you've got plenty of small chokes, so there's 5 holding one each side. You've also got 6 silos. You probably can't see the ones in the south under the banner. See it down there, look. 1 each side. You got the center one here, and 2 top ones. So it's mirrored on the south for the top silos. You kind of get the gist, even though the replay banner is in the way. Obviously, I've covered that replay banner up with the Home Nations flag that I've made, so we don't have any spoilers. We do see both players insta-deploying, getting the 2 back refs. Going into that 3 ref now. I would like to see some players capture this silo, possibly put a turret down straight away. That would stop any early buggies, and then you can get your binary and hand the nod, and just completely block them out from the centre part. The reason why the silos are here is to try and pin out your opponent. You can capture the forward ones against your opponent, so say Khano on the left here, captured this silo, would possibly put a hand and nod here and bring flamers in from the back. Same goes for Jamie. So we do see Khano getting the snipe with a rocket man and flamer. Ooh, Jamie's going to struggle to defend this. Power plant going to go. Khano has built that rocket man just to get rid of these sandbags in the middle. That path is now open for the rest of the game. That was so close. But he has put him in low power. Looks like Khano will probably get his buggy first. Because of that, he's going to get the buggy first. There's a head on the buggy count. Slightly ahead on the build as well because of that low power. A little snipe on that flamer. They do want to be scouting each other with these buggies. Jamie hasn't really seen anything that Khano has right now.
Reinforcements have arrived. Unit ready.
Sending a small contingency of infantry across the south. That will get him that south vision. He has got the buggy coming in from the north as well. So he's going to try and get as much scouting as possible on Khano. Jamie managed to get that 5th ref just before Kano's 5th ref. We do see Kano trying to snap that ref now. I feel like Jamie's got enough buggies to deal with this, but he has stopped his mining for a while. The Nod players on this map, ideally you don't want to get pinned into your base. You don't want to let Nod just camp these chokes. You want to make sure you're out on the middle of the map and stopping them, either choking you in or you're choking them. We do see that 5th ref from Kano now. Did get under a bit of flak from those infantry. Did see the 2nd strip a lot earlier from Jamie, so he's going to have the unit count for quite a while. That's what you need on this map. You want to try and keep your opponent pinned in. A little bit of an unfortunate path in there. You have got to be careful with the path in. He kind of taking more of a defensive position. I think he knows he's got less numbers. North as well there. He has forced Khanomancer to build turrets. So when you're nodding, you force your opponent to build turrets, you get ahead in build order. So that's one of the reasons why we see Jamie on 2 strip, 7 ref now versus 5. Forcing a Nod player to build turrets like this is amazing versus Nod. You can remain to pin them in without even touching the turrets. These are just idle now. Idle money, idle build time. And I'm still trying to scout what Jamie has. He has seen that 2nd strip and all the refs. So we'll know he's behind. He's going to have to do something now. 2 refs behind at the point. And a strip. Oh, 1 ref behind, my bad. See Jamie still taking the mid control, doing very well with that. It'll be interesting to see if anybody captures the silos. It's not particularly easy to crawl to the centre of this map. You could probably go through the middle with silos. Not particularly easy. You do have to go through across a river. Jamie doing very well with the map control. That's what you get when you get the 2nd strip earlier. Kano's just got his now. Jamie's had that 2nd strip for 2 minutes. So it's a massive advantage in unit count. As you can see, we see it here now with pinning. Jamie's on 10 ref now. That's insane. Actually insane. That's so much. And we do see the engineer going for that silo now. So he remembers him. Can't see Kano getting out of his base. There's just too many buggies and bikes from Jamie. Kano's in a lot of trouble. He's been forced to build another turret, so he's even further behind in build. Got 7 ref versus 10, 11. 11 refs. I'm pretty sure. 12 refs. Pretty sure Jamie could go triple strip at this point. Just build a power plant here, strip. Jamie's getting a bit impatient. He's pushing in with these bikes, trying to get a few buggy kills. Will pay off for him because they are outranging the buggy. More unfortunate pathing. You do have to be careful. The only thing I can see Kano doing now is taking up. He could play defensive as long as he wants. These chokes are very hard to get through. He could probably go Obelisk. He could go SSM. SSM would help him get out of these chokes. He could fire a couple of SSM shots, take the fight. Trying to take this centre fight now. It looks like he's going to win this. Jamie not really responding to it. He has sent reinforcements. Let me slow that down. Jesus. But yeah, I feel like when you're in a position like this, you have to go tech. You can't come back. Jamie's so far ahead in eco and too far ahead in production for too long. I do see a hive bug there. Might notice it. I know jumping on these refs is brilliant. He does need to get rid of this. Creating back to that defensive position. Smart move. He has pulled Jamie's units out of position, so we can get across this river now. Even a Templar Nod and nuke would would be pretty cool. Staying in a defensive position like this, you could probably get away with it. Takes a little bit too long, I think. Do you see now these centered harvesters? Oh, we hear an obby. It is in the north. That's going to be in range of this refinery, so that's very smart from Jamie to capture that silo. That's exactly what these silos are meant for. Oof, that is a disgusting position for an obelisk. Again, if Khano did tech to SSM, this wouldn't be a problem. You see another engineer out on the map. What he's going for this time. Yeah, a massive battle in the middle. Khano trying to get rid of this eco. Need to get rid of it. It looks like he's going to commit to it and get it. And get that engineer. Very good. That stops Jamie getting that south silo down here that you can't see. Does look like Khano's wasting a lot of army value to try and get rid of this. We do see another obelisk in the middle. Very smart from Jamie. Get targeted. Doesn't look like he's going to keep that alive. He does need to sell it. You do get a bit of compensation. There's 500 of minis there. Jamie playing this map very well. It makes me wonder if he's been practicing. Khano's still pinned in. I can't really see him winning now. He's just so far behind. Jamie had like a massive amount of eco in the centre there. Mined out pretty much the whole south side of his base area. I do wonder if that obelisk is in range of these. Probably not, because it would auto-fire on that buggy, I believe. Jamie just absolutely dominating this centre part. Which doesn't surprise me, really. The start for Jamie was just way ahead. So Jamie's doing very well not to overcommit. Not run into a choke that's going to lose him loads of units. He knows how to win the game. Choke his opponent out. You can get through this top side now. Made his way a path through there now, so Khano's going to have to worry about it. We see a light tank. Light tanks are very good in a situation where you're against mass buggies, but not when there's this many bikes on the map. We do see the SSMs from Jamie now. Another ref up here from Jamie. Nice to not see him put it in the same position. He did catch this silo down here. He's put a turret there. He's siloed a ref in a very nice position in that south position. The eco for Jamie must be way ahead. Come on, SSMs. Get firing those rockets. We'd love to see it. Ooh. Yeah. Gotta be careful because these can hurt your own units. Like that. But it looks far over for Khano at this moment in time. I feel like the SSM's just the icing on the cake. Look at this, man. Look at this. That's so much eco. Jamie's currently on 14 refs. Obviously not all of them are mining. So he's on 1, 2, 3. He's on 6 mining refs basically. Which is still enough for the 2 strip, so he does have full production still. Have a look at the I mean, he's spending his money as well, which is very impressive. feel like Jamie's one of those up-and-coming nods that is going to dominate for a while. Not like when Rambo got good at the game. You see Kano selling up now. Here comes the GG. Would you see the light tank spam as well? It's a good choice. Light tanks are probably the best way to punch through your opponent's defences. Jamie just putting on a clinical there. Damn. Very well played. That was game 2. I will update the score because I got that last time. So here's scoreboard. I want to see the eco for this. This must be insane.
Control terminated.
That's not as much as I thought it would be, to be honest with you. That's not as much, and it's not as highly deficit as it probably should have been. I think the Tiberium regrow obviously helped Kano out a bit because he wasn't overmining, where Jamie was possibly overmining. Damn. Jamie just absolutely dominating that match. It's interesting. Let's get into game 3. Hello guys, this is game 3 between Jamie and Khanomancer. Got a new map here. This is Forest Firefights, created by myself. Very choked up, very tiny. There is Tiberium hidden away behind some trees. Both players do have access to these hidden away Tiberium deposits, and we do have little attack paths go through to harass these areas if need be. You do need some kind of explosive to get rid of trees. Flamers, when they attack trees, don't kill them, they just make them indestructible for some reason. So you will have to get grenadiers, bikes, all sorts of stuff. Trees. You see now, and Kano just getting the scouts out. Flamer versus Flamer battle, trying to get as much information as possible. Of course, Jamie is in the teal, and Kano is in red. Will be interesting to see how this map plays out. This is the first tournament match on this map. You see Kano opting for that triple ref in the main. I don't feel like this is enough for one ref. It is just there. So it might be worth just expanding and getting this third refinery. It's interesting to see how these players adapt. They won't really know this map very well. See a flamer in the back there. Normally if you get a flamer in like this, you want to be going for the power plant. You want to put them on low power as much as possible. You see the free ref strip from both players. Possibly a fourth ref from Kano in this position. He does need something down here because these buggies are ready for it. Five ref now for Jamie. I know he's behind on the build by a ref because of this hand and nod they needed to place. Good to sell this one off. It's not really in a position where he needs it now because it's dependent. Jamie just sticking to that standard nod play style each game. Felt like 4 refs in this area is kind of an overkill or over mining. Could do with a second one back here. Probably can't build one, so he probably does need to mine this. Get one in here. See the 6th ref. Opting to go for that centre is quite a gamble because Kano can take this top side and kill his harvesters. Kano again opting for the turret first. Putting behind him build order. So perhaps we might see the second strip from Jamie again before Kano gets one. Oh. getting that ref block for a while. Maybe didn't clear it up properly at first. We do see Kano taking the fight while he has the numbers in the north side. It would have been interesting to see Jamie pull half of his units from here and here and just go for like a small concave. So he doesn't want to get counterattacked here from that ref. You see Kano now on that 6 ref count too. There's a second strip from Jamie in a very good position, I would say. It's very well defended. Allows him to get that next ref above it. Kano taking the fight in the south. He doesn't have the numbers for it. He's praying the minigunners get in range. Jamie won't let him get those minis in range. Minis are insanely good up close, so you'd never really get close to your buggies. And he's still taking this fight, and he has got the numbers just to outdo Jamie here. But he's on a time limit because Jamie will have the better production. He has got the second strip up. He has got the money to keep pumping those buggies out faster. And I know on 7 ref before the second strip. It'd be interesting to see a hand and nod sit in the middle here once they've done fighting. Kind of doing very well there. That's perfect. Do need that hand and nod there because if Jamie does decide to turret crawl, you need some infantry to get rid of those turrets. Or bikes, but bikes are going to be costly at this point in the game. Kano does have 4k unspent, which doesn't surprise me because he is 7 ref 1 strip. So it might be worth just coming down and, yep, going to get that ref. Not much Jamie's going to be able to do about it. He hasn't got the numbers to get rid of that in time. Well, never mind. Kano is going to dip. I feel at this point, Kano might as well just spend 3k in minis and push this south side. He knows that Jamie's forces are up in the north. Let's look at the scouting. Yeah, he's scouted everything. He knows where his forces are. Kano and Jamie are pretty much level pegging. See Jamie taking that north side concave, stopping Kano from getting up here with a ref. Kano up for that turret. And Kano could probably just take this fight. Careful with these reinforcements. They both do have their own control of the centre, upside and south side. Jamie now on 8 ref. Kano still only on 7. We do see that Halves to go there. He does need to be careful of these. Ooh, looks like he's going to lose it. That Halves just put himself in a terrible position. And there's a second strip from Kano. He really need that a little bit earlier. Kano has the higher kill count. Be nice to see a hand and nod here. Perhaps an engineer to go get this ref maybe. Do some harassment with and a nod. But very hard for Nod to micro against minis on this. So minis on this type of map, perfect. Just get up in the face with them. The only way you're going to be able to micro is micro back into your base and then the minis get to do whatever they like. You see that Flamer just idling himself, even though he was told to attack those minigunners. Jamie putting on that aggression with the turrets. Go back a second. So Jamie's pushing with these turrets to try and get this strip. He really wants to get these turrets, kill the strip with the turrets. That way he doesn't have to build bikes. Or commit to bikes. He does have a few, but not too many. He will need 5 or 6 bikes to get this strip. Especially if it's defended. Need more. Jamie has got 4k on spent. It makes me wonder if he's stopped building for a while. Kano has an insane amount of units right now. If he pushed with this on the top side, I don't think Jamie could defend it. He's just too interested in the south side, of which he is holding quite well, in my opinion. And then can just be rebuilt. It's only 300. Those turrets are costing him 600 to go. I feel like Kano could win this top side right now. He just needed to push. Jamie's still underbuilding on this south side. I feel like Kano's got an advantage on the south as well. Losing a few too many units when he had the big army here. We see the harvesters trying to get through those trees. Those trees were designed to be killed once this mine's out, so you can long distance mine those patches in the back. You can see they could just mine and come back. Do you see Kano trying to get that ref again, but it is just a big brawl in the centre. Oh, he doesn't want to lose this ref. One of the only mining ones he's got left. Very close to Tiberium. It'd be nice to see Kano use his money, get himself up here with a hand and nod and turrets. Just keep Jamie from pushing across onto his side. He's going to lose that strip though, that's really big for Jamie. He could probably like do light tanks or something now with the strip advantage. He has the money for it as well. Kano going for that counter attack. Trying to get him back down to one strip each. He knows he's in trouble. We do see the light tanks as well. He has gone for it. Kano was... I feel like he was doing fine until he lost that second strip. Obviously, he could have pushed with all them units he had earlier. Jamie just coming out on top again. Light tanks are going to do so much damage. Kano's starting to run out of money. And he can only afford buggies at this point, so those light tanks are going to come in clutch, I feel like, for Jamie. The centre is completely mined out. Fighting in the centre has just destroyed the Tiberium. There isn't much left. So that's going to hinder both players again. Just nothing to deal with those light tanks. There's a few turrets, but the turrets aren't going to do much. Jamie doing very well to hold Kano away from this Tiberium here. He has managed to get most of it himself. And he's got most of this where it kept Kano away from this tib as well, so he's done very, very well at just keeping his opponent contained, just like we saw in the 4 Rooks map. Jamie playing the positions he needs to with a nod. See that difference now with the amount he's got in light tanks. Kind of go for them rest, not really too big, they're not mining much, they are just taking the stuff on his side. Could have just got the harvesters instead for free. Jamie doing the right thing and just pushing in with those light tanks. You see neither player sell their MCV. It's surprising he's still got Tiberium back here. Doing that one ref has probably helped him in the long run because he hasn't overmined it. Going straight for that strip now. He knows what the goal is. He needs to get rid of it to win. Light tanks just build a little bit too fast on 2 strip. Nothing Kano can really do about it. Jamie knowing exactly what he needs to do. You see the MCV now go as well. So that game, that's going to be 3-0 to Jamie. Is very unexpected, in my opinion, because Kano's a very good player. So I'll update the score now. Nice to see as well, because it's a long game on such a small claustrophobic map. We'll check out the scoreboard. Jamie must have mined more. He did get that centre first, and he did mine them back quarters a bit more. Almost 1.5 times as much as Kano, but a relatively even kill count. Again, just the eco letting Kano down, and obviously Jamie's unit positions. Getting him through that game. Get into game 4. Here we are, game 4, guys, between Kano and Jamie. Clown Alcatraz. There it is. Well-known map made by AOD. Looks like another nod versus nod as well. Makes me wonder if either of these players have a pre-made build for this map. It has been in rotation for quite a while now.
Building. Yes, sir. Unit ready.
You see them both opting for that 4-minute
Construction complete.
4 or 5 flamers. You don't want to overspend in scouts. You do want to have money for when you get that strip up.
Building.
Rolling into the centre
Unit.
quite early. There it is. So one of the big focal points of this map is this centre tip. Both players go and put 2 refineries either side. This Tyranium gets decimated by 4 harvesters. So it runs out very fast. So you find yourself on, I don't know, 4 or 5 ref eco and then suddenly losing 2 because the next patch of Tyranium is either back here, which you might have already mined, or all the way up here. So you're going to have to fight for this early game. You want to get it and keep your opponent off it as long as possible. Without that centre tip, they've only got this back bit, or whether they crawl to the top or south side. So a relatively low eco map. I do see the free ref grip from both players. That Cano's getting a scout. He's got the scout in the MCV.
Reinforcements have arrived.
And Jamie's got the scout as well.
Ready.
They have managed to scout each other.
Building.
They both know each other's got a strip because of the planes flying in. Jamie getting that fort for first. He has been ahead in every game so far, just by a few seconds. I really do feel whoever commits to a turret first just gets too far behind. So you do want to be the aggressor. Force your opponent to build a turret. Do you see Jamie opting to go to the south now? They are fighting over this centre tip. Kano with the numbers though. He can take this. Doing very well. I feel like he needs to back up now though. There's too many weak buggies. Could have done with those reinforcements. Jamie's still a ref ahead. 2 refs ahead. He has managed to get one on that south side. That south side's huge, so getting that is great for late game. That Kano's opting to go for a dive on the refs here. But he has just walked straight into a concave. So not too well on the positioning. Drove it a little bit further and make sure he's fully concaved off. Good decision. Doesn't look like he's going to take a full trade. It's not going to be close for either player. So just the reinforcements. For Jamie there, but a complete trade. Buggy for buggy. No one's the immediate victor. Do you see that second strip up now? Way before Kano's second strip. He is only 4 F1 strip still. So he's 2 refs and a strip behind. But again, he's the first to build that turret, so behind in build order. Jamie perhaps already has a build for this map. It looks like he does because this is very well done. Now crawling over to Kano's side. It doesn't look like they're going to meet in the middle down here. Kano taking another good fight. Look at the kill count. You can see that Jamie ecos and wins with eco, where Kano's like a lot better in the 1v1 fights. Fortunately, if your opponent has twice as much eco, no matter how much you micro, you're not going to win. They could just brute force you. See a turret from Jamie now, a forward one. Right in Kano's 5th ref position. You see Kano's harvesters are long distance mining that top now. Halves are bugged for Jamie, which isn't good, but he's still on the same amount of refs even with 2 halves has gone. The dive on Khano's eco. He is winning the turret war in the south. See a harvester and ref go down. And that south turret. Jamie winning on most fronts now. Feel like it's a really tough spot for Khano now. He'd have to take a really good fight or just hit back at his eco or get a strip snipe or an MCV snipe or something. 3 ref strip versus 6 ref 2 strip. Incredibly hard to make a comeback now. Again, pushing into a concave. He has to attack, but it's hard to get through here when your opponent's concaving it like that. Jamie playing very well positionally. Khano does get one of those harvesters, but those harvesters aren't going to have much to mine for long. So perhaps he should have just took the fight on his units. Jamie winning that south now. Khano's pinned into this the free ref strip. He's running out of units, so it's not long now before Jamie's just going to do the killing blow. Interesting to see Jamie up for that turret. I feel like he could have known he was just in a good position. See another ref from Jamie in the south. Khano taking it to the last second. A little minigun harassment in the back. Jamie waiting to push. He doesn't want to just push for no reason and lose loads of units. Worth playing safe sometimes. Sometimes you don't want to overestimate your opponent. This is Khano's last defense now. We do see the units coming in from Jamie on the north side. And we're just trying to hold that centre point with the 2 turrets. Not losing the eco he's got in the back. Down to 2 ref. And he has sold the MCV. I don't think it's enough money to save him. Jamie just dip and diving, taking out what he can, keeping his units alive. And just playing safe, not overdoing it, but I think he's just won now. He could just brute force Khano out of this game. Still quite a lot of buggies from Khano too. The pleasant screams of fills and infantry running across the Siberium there. All civilians are always the ones that get caught in the action. Did you see Khano go for that down with MCV, trying to even out the odds, but he's going to have to do a lot more than that. He's going to have to get rid of those strips. The hand and nod gone. So he just needs to get rid of the strip and it's game over. Does look like it's going to go down. There's enough bikes there to just wipe it. Khano just going to have a look around the map with his buggies. Doing as much as he can. Jamie losing loads to these minis, but he don't care. He wants to just get the game over with now. Knows it's over. Khano knows it's over. And it looks like it's going to be 4-0 to Jamie. He's our best of 7, so 4-0 will secure the game. Any match won in the series will be a point in the scoreboard. So Jamie will take 4 points. Khano won't take any points from this series. Perhaps they're saying GG's right now. That is 4-0 to Jamie. Take that.
Battle.
I feel like Jamie was just ahead in every game just from being the harasser, forcing Kano to stay in defensive position while he just mass ecos. Something you got to watch out for in Nod versus Nod. You don't want to really commit to defending earlier than your opponent because you do fall behind in eco. See it there, almost twice as much as Kano on a small eco map. And again, it doesn't matter if Jamie has a lower kill count, he's just brute forcing it. He's zerging his opponents. So we'll take that 4-0. Well done, Jamie. And I will see you guys in the second series. Goodbye.